What up? We got to talk it. Yes, we do. You know what it is. It's All Facts, No Opinion Sport Podcast. I'm your host. One three. We don't let none marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. Shout out my co-host, Frontline. Shout out my guy, Frontline. Shout out my co-host, Santos Boxing. I'm thinking of my guy, Frontline, breaking the news yesterday. Shout out my guy, Frontline, for breaking the news. But shout out my co-host, Santos Boxing. My blooper. You understand me? One more thing is we got a lot to talk about and dissect. Bill, Team Haney, Tiger Johnson, Tank Davis post Bell. No, shout out Tank posting Bell. But like I say, it's All Facts, No Opinion Sport Podcast. I don't let none marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. Shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. No, shout out my guy Frontline. Shout out my guy Low Nose Boxing. Today, the honor snatcher, about to snatch some honor today. My son back in the ring today. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I wish I could be there. This house arrest thing crazy. I hit my PO up. Sent the email. See, can I attend? I want to support my child. That's my baby boy, man. I love my little boy to death, man. That's my oldest, so just being there. Oh, my son back in the ring today. Just to support him means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. But besides that, man, yeah, we're here to talk about it, man. We're here to talk about it. We're here to talk about it. Trying to send all this stuff out. We're here to talk about it. You hear, Ski? Devin, man. Devin, older brother, younger brother, all his brothers, Devin, all his brothers, should they be banned for certain arenas? Should they be banned? People, should they be banned? I gotta send this out. Should they be banned? Because if y'all not getting my notifications, it ain't me, Hopefully they get to send them things out. But do y'all think Team Haney should be banned? Do y'all think Team Haney should be banned? I just sent it. Do y'all think Team Haney should be banned? I'm asking y'all a question. Let me know, please. Do y'all think Team Haney should be banned from all venues? Because they don't know how to conduct themselves and carry themselves. And y'all seen it for yourself. Bud Crawford approached Senior. Senior was hopping off like the Tin Man from A Wizard of Oz. It was funny, man. Yesterday it was a lot going on. Yesterday it was a very lot going on. Shout out to the Ring Magazine, the Ring Awards. I was gonna come say something about it, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna say something about it. It's something different. It's something different for the fighters. We really never seen Ring Awards. Me growing up, I never seen nothing like that. The link is in the chat. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share, if you care. Know what I mean? Support the situation. But at the end of the day, the Ring Magazine had a little nice situation going on. But everything was going on at Madison Square Garden. Everything was going on SHKUR. Wait. It was a lot going on there, man. Team Haney crazy, man. Team Haney crazy, yo. It's crazy, just throwing the first punch. Y'all fighting a professional boxer. He's a professional fighter. Tiger Johnson is a professional fighter, right? Just by swinging on him, it should be some consequences. Why? Because when he swung on y'all, and if he would have connect, you feel me? Even if he would have threw the first punch, it still would have been a problem. But a lawsuit might come up out of this. Either a lawsuit or a fight got to come out. Unless, Tiger, he an Ohioan, so he won't want it back in blood. You feel me? He not going to do what Dev did, try to sue Ryan. But at the end of the day, this is lawsuit situation type shit. Excuse my language, but at the end of the day, it is because y'all threw the first punch. Y'all attacked the professional fighter. But so now by the professional fighter defending himself, you know, y'all strolled him. Y'all strolled him, you know. And for Bill Haney, I'm gonna keep it tall, you know, as a father and just watching at first hand, like I ain't see Bill swing. I just seen Bill breaking it up. So whatever happened after, it's not I mean it's something else. Then people trying to throw Devin Haney. No, Dev conducted himself like a professional fighter, like a straight professional athlete. You know, he seen who it was. He seen it was Team Haney. He seen it was his brothers. He left the situation alone. He just stood on stage, mind his business. I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, well, Dev was on the other side of the other clip swinging." Bro, I got all of the clips, and I ain't see Dev and none of them. I just seen Bill pull that man when Tiger getting up off the floor when they dragging him, he getting up off the floor, and then he started snapping, and Bill putting up his stuff. You know, we don't know if Bill swung, you know, because we seen Bill breaking it up. You know, so a lot of people going to create certain narratives. Just watch the video. Yes, his son's Team Haney swung first. That's between the brothers. That's between the brothers. But when you seen Bill getting it, yes, he was breaking it up. Whatever happened after, we couldn't really see much because Tiger was on the floor. You feel me? So if Tiger getting dragged on the floor by the security to protect him, get him to safety, and Bill trying to get his sons in them to back up, that's why he's rolling up his sweats. Yo, like, you got to put honor in that. Especially you got to give Dev honor because Dev was minding his business, man. He conducted himself well like a professional athlete. You know, don't please people. You know, I'm hearing the narrative, you know, well, Dev was swinging. No, Dev wasn't, man. And if he was, I ain't see him because I got the videos and I posted. I ain't see him. But, hey, man, that joint was lit. That joint was lit. Before Pro Box started, we got the fight. You know what I mean? We got the prelims. The prelims happened yesterday. Team Haney and Tiger Johnson was the prelims. You understand me? It was the prelims, you know? But once we get to that 8-minute mark, man, I'm going to cook everybody. You know, I'm going to cook everybody. You know, I'll probably, you know what I mean, in the beginning of this, but, you know, hey, it happens. It happens. But we got the prelims yesterday, y'all, at the weigh-in. Team Haney versus Tiger Johnson. It was a fire prelim. So, you know, this card going to be lit. Today is the day. This card is going to be lit. We got the prelims yesterday. Hey, what more can we say? What more can we say? Did y'all like it? We got the prelims yesterday. Got a couple more seconds and I'm a cook. Got a couple more seconds and I'm a cook. Yes, sir. Ski. You know, but Gervonta Tank Davis post Bell. You know, he paid Bell. Thought he was gonna get skinny. Though my little light skinned brother was gonna get skinny. You know, you gotta hold it down for the brothers, bro. The light skinned niggas, dog skin. But at the end of the day, man, it's time to motherfucking cook, man. And listen, if Tiger Johnson can get a lawsuit out of this whole situation, or at the end of the day, he can get it back in blood. You feel me? You know, he did what he did, but as a professional fighter reaching over, throwing all of that goofy, wild shit, you got caught. You got caught. Let me find out Sean Tennant your shit, nigga. Let me find out Sean Haney Tennant your shit, nigga. Let me find out Sean Haney Tennant your shit, nigga. But shout out Tiger Johnson, man, holding it down. One man armband, you hear me? He's a one-man army, man. Stood tall like a true soldier. At the end of the day, he a true Ohioan, and you know he gonna want it back in blood. So right now, this is the fight we want to see: Devin Haney versus Tiger Johnson in Oakland. Take it to the Bay, baby. Take it to the Bay. Take it to the Bay. Devin Haney versus Tiger Johnson in Oakland. Oakland, California. Let's get it. Let's motherfucking get it. Right there in the motherfucking Golden State Arena. Let's motherfucking get it. And straight like that, man. I'm trying to tell y'all straight like that, man. And straight like that. It's only right. It's only right. You got to get it back in blood. Know what I mean? And then after that, if you lose, you sue. It's a win-win for you. Know what I mean? But if you win, you leave the shit alone. But if you lose, you sue. Right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. If the nigga lose, you sue. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But, yo, you got to get it back in blood. You got to whoop all their ass in sparring and beat the big brother up. You got to whoop all their ass in sparring and beat the big brother up. If you lose, you sue, nigga. That's it. But you got to get it back in blood. Fuck the bullshit. Then you see Bill Bill, listen, man. Bill was doing his thing, man. Hey, man. Bill, listen, Bill's 60-0 right now on these motherfucking streets. Nigga. That nigga, listen, that nigga 3-0 in New York and he ain't even from New York. He got the Ryan victory taken off. Got Ryan found guilty for motherfucking PDs. Now they just whooped Tiger Johnson ass. Ain't this about some shit? He 3-0 in New York and he ain't even from New York. Let me find out, Bilski. Let me find out, Bilski outside, man. But Sean Haney like, nigga Tenny Yoshi. That nigga shit like this. I mean, but hey, man, shout out to Tiger Johnson holding it down, though, man. I thought his chain came off. Nah, I mean, that shit still was on there, you know, because sometimes niggas are snatchies. Nah, I mean, you ain't getting none of that back. But yeah, today, the honor snatcher is back in the gym today, my son. Yeah. If you in the tri-state area, Philadelphia, Delaware, Jersey, New York, Maryland, Baltimore, Virginia, Renton, Allentown, etc. You know, go to my community post. The information is on there. Come to the fight. Come see Naeem, the honor snatcher. De Jesus. It's dog season, baby. You know my boy back. Know what I mean? It's time to get it. It's time to motherfucking get it. But you know, Tank posting Bell with some real good shit. You know, it's another good thing for boxing. You can tell Tank can't read. That nigga just saying yeah to everything. That nigga just saying yeah to everything. Nah, man, you could have said, yeah, you smacked the bitch 3 times. He was, yeah. But you would have said it in a professional way. Like, yo, you caught 3 domestic cases last week and you hit her like 3 times. He would have said, yeah. Like, the nigga can't read. You can tell he can't read. Like, come on, my nigga. I mean, hire me for private motherfucking reading lessons, nigga. I'll teach you how to read, nigga. You understand? I taught all the jail niggas how to read, nigga. You understand? Real right. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers in there like, hey, one, write me a poem, bro. Hey, niggas gonna cost you know, but at the end of the day, shout out Gervonta Tank Davis, the face of boxing. Tell you how I feel about this Tank shit, man. It's all gas, man. It's all smoke. It's all smoke. They keep bothering his boy for no apparent reason. They keep lying on his boy for no apparent reason. It's just my intuition telling me that, you know, when Tank got up there and told Jake Paul, no bullshit better not come behind this bullshit. But I mean, because I know it's coming from y'all, and look what happened. This is the shit he probably was talking about. This is the shit Tank was probably talking about when he was on stage and told Jake Paul and Jalen Love, y'all better not trying to pull no crumb shit. And look what happened. A case ended up coming out of nowhere. But remember, be mindful. She tried to sue first. You can't sue nobody unless, you know, a crime is committed. And I'm talking about for a celebrity with money. You know, I'm a felon, so I'm going to tell y'all the truth, you know, because we still got to pay court costs and fines and restitutions and shit. If we got aggravated assault, attempted murder, you know, we come home on parole, etc., you know, we got to pay that shit. You know, even when you in jail, they take your money with your family, send your money, etc., though. But at the end of the day, just sitting here thinking, I'm like, you know, I'm like, damn, yo, they probably did not Tank up on some nut shit. You know what I mean? But hey, shout out to Tank, the face of boxing home. You know, can't wait for Tank to get back in the ring because I'm trying to tell you, when that boy get back in the ring, he gonna beat the dog shit out of everybody. Tank gonna beat the dog shit out of everybody when he get back in that ring. I promise you. I promise you, he gonna beat the dog shit out of everybody. But at the end of the day, you know, today fight night. You know what I mean? Right now, fight day right now. Backroom Kelly about to happen. You know, shout out to Pro Box TV. Yo.
My nigga. Old facts, no fucking opinions. What's good, Brody? Top of the morning, man.
Yeah, you right?
Making some eggs right now. Yeah, man. I'm linking up with my people around 3 o'clock. We going to this spot. It's a little brunch party. We're going pregame there. We're gonna chill out, have some drinks, chill out, you know, see some shorties. And then we're gonna start walking to the Madison Square Garden around 5:30.
Okay. Yo, I wish I was I would have been there, bro. Shout out to Ron Vargas. Tank been exposed already. Yeah, but low, man, I know that shit gonna be lit, man. I know it's gonna be a good day.
I'm just hoping it's a good night, man. No monkey shit, because a lot of monkey shit happened yesterday at the
What
weigh-in.
you think about that? What you think about the prelims that happened yesterday?
Oh, that was corny, bro. That was real corny. But what I do know, something had happened with Sean Haney. That's the little brother.
Yes.
He had some words with Tiger Johnson from what I seen on Instagram, and they started rumbling. Bill Haney did the old school move. Bill Haney came in back of him and held him like that,
Yeah.
while a couple of dudes got their licks off, and then they caught
Oh,
Bill, and
oh,
then,
okay.
and then yeah, and then they caught Bill Haney in the hallway and they stomped him out. And then it got crazy, bro.
Oh no, so Bill got stumped out. It's breaking news, yo. So Bill got stumped out. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Instagram. I forgot what page it was. I seen it. They stomped Bill out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I seen him getting up and he was pulling up his sweatpants and shit.
Yeah, yeah. That was Tiger Johnson's peoples, I guess, because they caught Tiger Johnson by himself first. You
Yeah.
know, I just hope it to be the peaceful night, man. No racial shit involved and all that. Because even at the press conference, I seen Tio was having words with some of Jay Prince's people and stuff like that. And Tio ain't backing down. At the end of the day, man, all that shit, like niggas gotta stop worshiping men. Just because niggas got a track history don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, a dude is a man, just like anybody else. You lock Jay Prince and Teofimo Lopez in the bathroom together to see who come out alive. Tio is gonna be the one that's gonna come out alive. And I'm not trying to glorify that, nothing like that, but people got to stop with this. Oh, he's a gangster, whatever. Like, nigga, this is boxing, bro. We ain't got no time for that, man. You know what I mean? This is boxing.
Like how they promoting the shit. Like I got a feeling we're gonna ride Tio, man.
I can see that happening, man, but I don't want it to happen. I want Tio to win the fight. I want him to win it definitively because all odds are against him. They're making posts. You seen
Yeah.
that post they put with Bud Crawford's face and Floyd and Andre Ward and all
Already
that?
made. Like how y'all got that already made?
Yeah, like they all undefeated. Like,
And then Rick Benet yesterday, how he like how the beginning of they press conference started the way in how they was talking. He said, about SHKUR, like he's about, and then you backtrack and fix your wordplay up. Like, bro, you letting us know y'all gonna rob this young man. It's
yeah,
gonna
they
be.
trying to rob him, man. It's like the same shit they did with Canelo. And I'm not saying they robbed Canelo, but they already had Bud.
He took
They
the
had
dive.
Bud.
You
Huh?
know, I believe Canelo took the dive.
Yeah, he probably did.
We seen Canelo fight southpaws, Austin Trout, beating the dog shit out these fighters. You had an elite camp. You had a ring man, unified champ at motherfucking 147, Jerron Boots. You had Yo-Yo Hernandez and Blast Val Saint. Come on, man. That's your camp. And you go in there and perform like that is outrageous.
I know one thing. Tio ain't the type to throw no fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
He'll go against the grain, but here's my thing. They're comparing him with goats, right? Goats to the undefeated, right? After Teal whipped this nigga ass, they better put a new picture up there. And I don't want Teal's face with them other niggas neither, because they all undefeated. Because there's goats that lost and came back, because that's what boxing's about. Next week, when Teal beat this dude's ass, they better put a picture of Teal, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, and Roberto Duran, because those are also goats that took losses and came back just like Teal, man.
Facts. And you know what you see, like, I'm gonna be real, it was bad promotion. This the biggest fight in boxing, and the promotion was weak as shit. And that's a fact. Tio versus SHKUR, as to date right now, was 2026 is the biggest fight in boxing.
But to their credit, bro, they sold out the Garden though.
Good. That's good.
They sold out the Garden, bro. Real rap, they sold out the Garden. So even with bad promotion, they sold out the Garden. Maybe So I got a feeling that even with the bad promotion, the joint is gonna do some good numbers, man. They deserve it too.
Even if the pay-per-view do 50K, to me, that's good, because that's their first pay-per-view.
Yeah. Either way, the winner.
My nigga Low know everything. Drowski, man, damn, broski.
Yeah, it sold out because I went to the Garden yesterday to the box office because one of my peoples wanted to buy a ticket.
Shushu even clarified it.
Yeah, my peoples went over there because he wanted to get a ticket at the box office. When he went to the box office, they told him it sold out. So he had to go through Ticketmaster to get some resale joints, you know what I mean?
And they fighting in the big Madison Square Garden.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Shout
That's
out to
only the second time. That's the second time T.O. headlined there. The first time was with Sandor Martin.
We're gonna find out tonight, Robert Lamb. We're gonna find out tonight.
And T.O. looked locked in too, bro. He looked really zoned in, bro. You seen that, right?
Yo, he said he not sold out. He game all night said he not sold out.
No, that's sold out.
Yeah, but that's what I heard. Bruce Carrington said he was sold out. You know, the grab the pay-per-view on the zone and shit.
At the box office, it's sold out. At the box office, you know what I mean?
Sold out, yes. So you know, probably whatever's lingering, they probably give them. They probably have tickets, but you know that should probably be for the to go to the lounge or something. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like go over there, just fill up space and shit, just to have money. You know, that's how the motherfuckers. I watched them do that before and here in Philly. I was like, the niggas sold out. You couldn't buy no joints, but they started selling tickets so you can go to the lounge. I'm like, damn, the niggas was just chilling in the food court on one of the Boots fights when he fought Avenesian. That shit was like that.
I seen Gilly the Kid posted, man, not for nothing, man. Gilly sometimes be a clown, man. I seen Gilly and them, they was all dick eating SHKUR, Bud Crawford, and Keyshawn Davis on the show. And they talk, you know, like they're not respecting T.O. neither. You know what I mean? That's corny, bro. Like,
the crazy thing is, right, everybody keep bringing up the Sandor Martin fight, right? He won the Sandor Martin fight, but y'all bringing up his mentality from there. It's a whole different T.O. Then the SHKUR they talking about is the SHKUR at 126. You got to mention all of his fights at 135. They've been ass. Edwin De Los Santos he lost to. Artrum he had a problem with. You feel me? Josh Padley, we seen what happened, a 4-day camp. Electrician, Eddie Hearn career. And then William Zepeda won that fight. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But
somebody else said that, but I gotta disagree with you on that one.
He won that fight. All you gotta do watch it in 0.5 speed. You want to see William Zepeda, that jab all in his gut, his face stabbing him the whole night. SHKUR ain't fight like that. William Zepeda forced him to fight like that. Nigga, this is my fight. And we know when a fighter forces you to fight his fight, he's going to whoop your ass. He had him on the ropes the whole time. Well, SHKUR's best moments was in the middle of the ring when he was pop-shotting him. If SHKUR would have stood like that, let's keep it real. Who had a better performance against William Zepeda? SHKUR Stevenson or Tevin Farmer first fight with him?
Tevin Farmer put him down.
And got robbed that fight.
Yeah.
You feel me? It had a way better. That's a nigga that beat William Zepeda.
And Tevin Farmer's not even a puncher. He's not even a puncher, bro.
If KUR would have kept it in the center and listened to Wally, he would have put him down because he wasn't listening to Wally.
That's another weakness.
I want people to know, right? You know, when people say boxing is a one-man sport, yes, it's a one-man sport because the man go in the ring, but you got to remember, when he walked down that aisle, when he in training, it's a team sport.
No, you're right. He wasn't listening to Wally. You're right about that. He wasn't listening to Wally.
And if he was, well, every time he listened to Wally, when he got it, he would have knocked Zepeda the fuck out. He would have knocked Zepeda the fuck out if he would have kept it in the center of the ring. But
yeah, man, you know, I don't know about knock him out, but you know, he would have done better, you know.
He would have, because Tev did it. It's just like when Jorge Linares gave Devin that stinky leg, then Ryan came in and made that nigga chinny, you know.
Yeah. And SHKUR really got hurt in that fight too. He really did get hurt. You heard?
Yeah. Oh yeah, nah. Yeah. Ice Agent just said, yeah, all the tickets sold out. He got it from a third. Shout out Ice Agent 55. Nah, man, I know y'all niggas outside. Nah, man. But yeah, man, I bet on both fighters. You know, I got T.O. for the KO.
Damn, you got a KO?
Yeah, that's the only way he can win.
I think he can win the decision, but he got to really, really win it. Like, it can't be close. Like, you got to dominate him. You know what I mean? He got to really dominate him, bro. You know, and I pray to God that he do get the victory anyway, man. That you know, that the devil can't intervene because they all ganging up against him, bro. And I don't like that shit what Bud Crawford didn't either. Why you running down on Senior for? He's an old man, bro. Regardless of his antics, he's an old man. Obviously, he's not the best state of mind.
That was corny. That was corny,
yeah,
man.
Bro. Let all that move further. You know what I mean?
That was corny, man.
It's like, you know, that like in boxing, right? They're all trying to gang up and be all clicked out. You know, they're trying to be like thugs, bro. That's corny. This is boxing, bro. Like, they all trying to be clicked out against T.O. and his dad and all that, man.
That's why I respect what Tank said. Like, man, I'm not listen. People got to pay attention. Tank was the only fighter that didn't bow to Turkey, and look what he's going through. You
Tank,
know,
Tank, Tank used to be clicked out too at one time when he used to be hanging around Errol Spence and the Charlos and Broner and all that.
like you know that was his PBC days. You feel me? Like
Yeah,
when
but no, but after a while, Tank became more of a loner after that, you know? Like Tio don't fuck with nobody. He cool with certain people, but he's not trying to be all friendly with everybody. You seen what he did with Rolly? And him and Rolly was mans, but he told him I love Rolly. Like, we're in the same division right now. This is competition, you know what I mean?
yeah, you know, I seen Conor Ben and Rolly talk between
Yeah, I
open
think that
fight in March. But what you think about the Xander fight?
I got Xander by decision.
By decision?
Yeah.
Bronco pulled out, got shit.
I
St.
think
Carlos.
Xander's gonna have a good little career, man. I think Xander's gonna be more like Danny Garcia and less like Cotto and Trinidad. And what I mean by that is Cotto and Trinidad were Puerto Rican greats that was special, right?
Yeah,
Danny Garcia, there was nothing special about Danny Garcia. He was never touted to be the one,
but
but he was able to hold it down. And he got a
yes.
few good wins under his belt as an underdog. I think Xander's going to get a few good wins as an underdog. And once again, he's in a division where I don't think he beats everybody. Like I can't see Xander beating Boots. You know what I mean? And he could probably beat Virgil. I think he
He
could
could beat
outbox
Virgil.
Virgil.
He could beat Virgil.
But Xander, like I said, man, I think Xander should win the belt. I think Xander should go to 160. I think Xander would do better at 160. There's
Yeah,
not that
I got a feeling he gonna do that. He probably become unified and shoot straight to 160.
there's less guys, but it's not gonna look good because it's gonna look like he's running from the smoke. Because the bigger names are 150 or
Yeah,
154. But
he been there for a while. You feel me? Like if you're a true boxing fan, you know he been there for a while. He
Mhm,
came, saw, conquer. It's time to go to protect your O. You feel me?
mhm, mhm.
Yeah. You know, if it's a big money fight, come down, get it. But protect that O, man. Everybody else doing it. You feel me?
Yeah,
And they resume shitty. You know, because like this is what I want people to understand, right? When Tio fought Loma, that shit was for undisputed. But Loma
mhm.
was that guy. Loma was whooping SHKUR ass, all they asses in sparring at the time. Because when they was mentioning sparring and they was in front of him, they ain't had nothing to say. They said he got the best of me. And they learned some things. And you can go back and watch old ass interviews on YouTube when SHKUR and Lomachenko standing next to each other. And they asked him a question. He said, "Yeah, you know, he's very good. He's very talented." Now a whole narrative get created and changed and shit. Like people got to stop that. When Tio fought Lomachenko, that shit was for undisputed. Just go back and watch the fight right now. And when the fight over, they're going to say, and the new undisputed champion of the world, Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, I know
So,
that. I know that. Trust me, I know that. You preaching to the choir. I know that. They did him dirty.
you feel
Politics
me?
of boxing did him dirty. You know what I mean?
Politics because they was trying to make a certain person become two-time undisputed before him. You feel
Hmm.
me? And that was fucked up because y'all fucked Ball's career up. Y'all should have made him a pay-per-view star, but y'all try to give him the accolades. You feel
They
me?
dropped the ball on Tio, bro.
Yo, like I'm just keeping it tall. The resume is shitty, but you got the accolades. I'm three-time undisputed, but your resume is shitty. You feel me? You're gonna get that gold jacket, but your resume gotta speak value. When niggas mention American ain't been in his prime since '07. The first time he got knocked the fuck out. Then when Danny got him the fuck out of here. Like people gotta keep it tall and real, man. You know, when he took that loss in '07, he went on I think like a 6-7 fight win streak, then came across Danny and got knocked the fuck out for the second time in his career. So at the end of the day, when by the time Bud fought him, bro, he way out of his prime. It's just the name.
Bud
See, you
fought him after Canelo knocked him out at 160 or
yeah,
155.
yeah, but I'm talking about the years. You feel me? So when
Mm-hmm.
Canelo did it, what Bud did it like 5 years after Canelo knocked him the fuck out. You feel me? So even when Kell Brook knocked him the fuck out. You feel me? So I'm just keeping it tall. You feel me? Like you can, all right, you got a Canelo, but we all knew Canelo already had 2 losses. Floyd beat the shit out of Canelo. That's one thing the world can say. Floyd beat the dog shit out of Canelo. You know, but in Canelo, they performance, I don't know, man. Because every time I rewatch the fight, you know, I don't listen to the biased commentary. You know, I watch it with the volume down. like 4 or 5 times. And then, me and my guy Santos, we do a 0.5 speed so we can see all the punches that's landing and being connect and all the punches that's catching the guard. Like, what you thought about the Andy Cruz Raymond Motayi fight?
Personally, I had Andy Cruz up 116. I mean 115, 113, right? But he took his foot off the gas in the championship rounds.
Yeah.
That's what hurt him, but they still did him dirty with the scorecards anyway. I thought Andy Cruz was doing good. Only thing he didn't do, he should have took more control of the middle of the ring. He spent too much time with his back on the ropes, but he wasn't running. He was not running. He showed a lot of good defense from the pocket.
This is the key thing. They gotta listen to their corner. But we gotta understand as fans, when they in the ring, those the motherfuckers that's feeling the punches. So, all of that game plan shit fades out. Yes, Andy Cruz landed the most shots. It should go back to the person who out. Like you got to take it from the champion. So I understand. Like,
yeah, man, me too. I don't got a problem with it, but I had Andy winning.
You probably threw more punches and land more punches than him, which you should have been the victorious one.
So you know what's crazy, bro? You know what's crazy? With Andy Cruz and this nigga, right? If that would have been SHKUR with T.O., they would have given it to SHKUR.
That's what I'm about to say. Hey, Lo, that's what I'm about to say. If that shit happened tonight like that, y'all better not rob T.O. Y'all better not rob T.O. Because that's the first thing I said when I said, yo, if this was T.O. and SHKUR, they would have gave SHKUR that title. Because we seen it with Edwin De Los Santos. SHKUR didn't beat De Los Santos. No. And another thing is, how did you hurt your hand in the De Los Santos fight when you was running the whole fight?
And you know what's crazy? It's like the narratives go by the narratives. Like, if you got a fighter that's running, right? Usually he'll get shamed. Oh, he's running, he's a coward. But when you put a runner against somebody that people don't like T.O., now they're gonna say, oh, he was outboxing him. T.O. couldn't cut the ring off. Even though T.O. couldn't cut the ring off, but T.O. still did more than fucking Jermaine Ortiz. Like, that baffles me. I seen that fight. Jermaine Ortiz did not win that fight, bro.
He didn't. He didn't. Fuck though. He didn't. He did.
And he was ashamed of him.
Yeah, we Game All Night said about Andy. He said he needs to train with more brawlers. He was too busy out there trying to box. Andy ain't had the dog in him that night. Which is, that's what Bozy was trying to tell him. Step on the gas, push him back. This is what we train for. So, if we in camp training for this and you doing this, why you not doing it in the ring? And that's what I told my son. I said, sometimes, what you doing in training and in the gym, and when you get in that ring, it's a whole different ball game. Why? Because it's the lights. It's the lights and the atmosphere of people that's watching you. You know what I mean? But I thought, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. You could tell by the face who knows something. If you look at it, that nigga was pieced up. He was tatted up.
Listen, Andy didn't get beat up, bro. All this is for Andy is a learning experience. That's all it is.
Stay at 135. You ain't gotta go down to 130.
You know what I don't like? You know what I don't like? I don't like how Keyshawn was celebrating and all that shit. Like, bro, you celebrating like you're the one that put the work in. You ain't fight him.
None of that. And Keyshawn need to understand, Keyshawn, the last time Andy Cruz beat you, you was a professional fighter. You had 3 wins, 0 losses. You fought on a Canelo undercard, you fought on Golden Boy, and you fought on Matchroom. And this is a fact. Then you went back and fought Andy Cruz because they allowed pros to go back to the Olympics, and Andy Cruz beat you and he was an amateur. Then you came back and you got your 4th fight. This is a fact. People can go.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, people can go look this shit up, Google it and everything. This is a motherfucking fact. This is a fact. But yeah, my son fight today, he back, he back today. Anybody in the Philadelphia area, down 69th Street, Upper Darby, my boy back, man, dropping shit. He icing shit right now, Lo. I'm happy at this weight class. I really want him like at 140, but it's what he want. But no, I like 140, 135. No less than 130. He's gonna be a pro. Like
what you thought about the Jesse Hart fight with Khalil Cole?
Robbery, bro.
I was disappointed. I ain't gonna lie to you, because I thought Khalil Cole was gonna do better than that. He came in overweight and everything, man. And I met him before too. He a cool dude, bro. But I was watching the take when Greg Hackett was talking about it. And Greg made a lot of sense. Like, he be around his girl too much, and sometimes that distracts. it keeps you from, you gotta have self discipline because not everybody. There's other guys that stay around their girl doing training camp.
I'm
You
trying
know
to
what I
be a
mean?
Bud Crawford and listening to Bud. Remember, Bud said I had sex. I still had sex when I'm in training, which is a fucking lie. You
You
know,
gotta have discipline at the end of the day, bro. You gotta watch what you eat, how you eat, things of that nature, man. But Greg Hackett was doing this thing in the corner. I can't lie, man.
hey, now G, uh, 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 when Keyshawn turned pro, he had 3 fights as a professional fighter. He'll tell you. He'll tell
Yo,
you.
I didn't know that, bro. I
And he
swear, I
fought
never knew that part that he fought Andy Cruz while he was a pro. I didn't know that.
Canelo card. He was on a Canelo card, another Golden Boy card, and a Matchroom card. He was on 3 cards. He was on
So
three
why was he?
cards.
I don't get it, but why was he fighting Andy Cruz though? For if he was pro, I don't get it. Why?
Now he went back to the Olympics. They fought for the gold and he lost. Look that
So
shit
he went
up.
back to the Olympics while he was pro. I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah,
know that part.
pro. The
Okay.
fourth time he went back as a pro. Andy beat him 4 times. He went back as a pro. That's a motherfucking fact. He even said it. His last interview, he even was breaking it down, saying it. He said I already performed on a he said I already performed. I was on the Canelo card, I was on the Matchroom card, and there was another card, a Golden Boy card. Then he said I went back to the Olympics because they allowed it to happen that year. I went back. What it was 2020, right?
I don't know what
Hello?
year. I don't know what year.
It was like 2020 and shit, and he lost and shit, and he beat him. And another thing I want people to understand, because I'm glad Bozy said what he said, and this is what I try to tell a lot of young fighters that's about to turn pro. When you turn in pro, it's just a piece of paper. You still gonna have the same style. It's just a piece of paper and a signature. If you're not controlling a fight as an amateur and having a person fight your pace, when you turn pro, like what's up? When you turn pro, like what's up? Yeah. Hey, pull it up. You know? And
Yo, on
then
another note,
well,
You seen that? You seen that game I was playing that I posted up? The video
yeah.
game. That's the fight night joint, right? But it's only on the PC. It's the fight.
Mm,
It's the Fight Night Champion, but it's on the PC. It's on the computer. It's called Fight Night Revival. Like they took the game, they did an overhaul on it, and they replaced the fighters in the game, and they put
yeah.
today's fighters. That shit is hard, bro.
Yeah, I'm on the PC right here too. I'm about to look that joint up. I love Fight Night, and shout out to Undisputed, but that shit, I mean, that
No,
shit
it's
was
way better. Remember, it's way better than Undisputed. The gameplay wise, way
like
better.
Indian version of motherfucker, everything.
Bro, you can clinch, you can punch with your head off the line, all that, bro. You can't do that in Undisputed. And the head movement in Undisputed is trash. In Fight Night, the head movement is nice and smooth.
Yeah. And he said Southpaw TV. Nah, I know Richie. Hey, look.
What up?
That's today's slogan. We got game all night, Benton. Messing with you. Now, maybe it's one of your guys. Yeah, but yeah, it was a different fight. The pointing system was different, but that nigga still lost. But
Mhm.
today, listen, this is another key thing about Jermaine Ortiz and Keyshawn, right? If word was SHKUR dropped Keyshawn, putting him to sleep, etc., right? A couple of times. Jermaine Ortiz is a chameleon. He can mimic SHKUR's style, but he's more aggressive than SHKUR. How SHKUR was at 126, Jermaine Ortiz is that right now. You feel me? He can imitate, and turn into a chameleon and mimic SHKUR's style. If
I don't
SHKUR,
think I don't think Jermaine Ortiz gonna win. I think he's gonna put up a good fight, but he be losing in the big fights, bro.
you always get robbed. That nigga won't get robbed. Now, man, all you gotta do, listen, nigga, he get robbed so much, you ain't even gotta put a mask on. You ain't gotta pull out the gun, like, nigga, get down. He lost. I mean,
Who you rooting for? Who you rooting for though?
boxing wins. I like both fighters. I like Keyshawn more, but I know Jermaine can do it in a robbery coming. You feel me? So boxing wins. I just hope it be a lit fight.
Only
Because
reason why I'm rooting for Keyshawn.
Bill Haney shit was lit. Bill Haney lit that shit up. Them niggas, Team Haney lit that shit up. So
The only
everything
reason why,
yesterday.
the only reason why I'm rooting for Keyshawn is because if T.O. wins, I want that nigga next for T.O. I want Keyshawn next for T. I want him to run. I want him to run through that whole little squad, bro. Starting with SHKUR, starting with Keyshawn, then go to 147 and take on Debo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna jump off right now because I'm gonna get to my food. You heard?
Yeah. All right, got
Stay
you,
up,
Low.
brother. All right, I'll hit you up later, man. Anything.
Bet. Hit me up when you there. Yeah, shout out to Low Nose Boxing. You know what I mean? That's my guy, man. But yeah, hey, Gary, yeah. Davis got I mean, at the time when he was a pro, when he went back to the Olympics to fight Andy, yeah, Andy beat him. Hey, Pooh, nah, that's my son. He from Philly, but he got power. That nigga, he nice. You know, he had a little minor setback in 2024 when I had caught a case and shit. You know, he had 2 fights, his last 2 amateur fights. He got a knockout, then the other one, you know, he got a little ligament torn, so he went through a surgery, been out, now he back in. Just got his book back from, know what I mean, from USA Boxing, is ready to go. I mean, he gonna put some shit down today. And his power is crazy. But you'll see him on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You'll see him on there dropping shit. You know. But yeah, shout out everybody, man. Shout out We Game All Night. Shout out Gary D2C. Shout out Pooh the Kid TV. Shout out Mississippi, Bray in the building. Shout out Bray, you know, and everybody that's tuned in, man, go subscribe to one another. You know, it's all love here, man. But yeah, y'all, what y'all think about that Bill Haney and Tiger situation, man? Like I told people, man, like, listen, I'm gonna keep it tall. That shit was the prelims yesterday. That shit was the prelims. You know, Sean Haney. You know what I mean? You got Bill getting scuffled up. Breaking news, Lowe said Bill got stumped out. Now we know why Bill was on the ground. But Mississippi, what up? Shout out Mississippi, you know what I mean? The real now river, Mississippi River, man. But Tank Post Bell, you know, it's a bunch of fights today. You know, we got Bachram, Josh Kelly. You know, a lot of people, you know, praying that Josh Kelly get the upset. You know, I don't know why people scared of Bachram. He only beat one fighter, and that nigga ass. Tim Tszyu ass. I keep telling people Tim Tszyu. I'll fuck Tim Tszyu up. You know what I mean? Yeah, but a lot his coach Terrence K.O. Lewis, but a lot of DC natives be in the ring, be at the gym with us and shit. Hey, Currick, what up? Shout out South Mississippi. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Hey, that's corny, man. He just said Bill had him in the Fort Nelson, man. Yeah, Bill. That's what I heard. That's what Lowe broke. Lowe said Bill had him in the Fort Nelson, and his sons was getting 8 licks off, and then going out the back and shit. This Tiger Peoples caught Bill and stumped him out. You know, crazy. It was crazy, yo. Yesterday was crazy, man. Bud run up on Lopez Senior and shit. You know, I ain't like that, bro. You know, like that's an old head. You see your lady, your new lady trying to like, yo, leave this shit alone. Like he just doing what he do. You know, it's about promoting the fight. But when you really hate somebody, and you can tell they're gonna rob Teofimo Lopez, he's gonna get robbed. You know, just look how they announced him. Look how Rick Renee was talking. You know, already glorifying, praising Shakur Stevenson like he already won the title. You know, it got to be fear all around, man. That's why I tell people it got to be fear all around. You know, that's what promotes a fight. Because we seen this shit before with Adrian Broner and Jesse Vargas. What Adrian Broner told Little Ellaby, I ain't losing to no motherfucking Jesse Vargas, nigga. They don't want to see me with, yo, that's the best intro ever. They don't want to see me with no motherfucking platinum rollies. They don't want to see me in no motherfucking Bentleys. They don't want to see me in no motherfucking Lambos. They don't want to see me in no motherfucking designer. I ain't losing to no motherfucking Jesse Vargas. We seen this shit before. And it became a draw, remember? I'm a bet on the motherfucking draw. I'm a bet on the motherfucking, because Lamont Roach fighter of the year last year. That nigga pulled out 2 draws. Real rap. They'll need to talk to Sean because we in the South. If you want to fight with a grown man, they're going to treat you like facts. And that's one thing with Sean, you know, because nigga, I'm trying to fight Sean. You know what I mean? I beat the dog shit out of Sean. His first amateur fight. You know what I mean? Twist him all up. Yeah, he was lit at the way, and yo, a senior crazy. You seen how that? Listen, man, they just living their life, doing their thing, man. I thought it was bad promotion because don't promote the fight the week of or almost 2 weeks of. You promote the fight like a month or two. You feel me? Even though y'all sold it out, but we want the pay-per-view to do numbers. Now it's up to us. Now it's up to us fans to support these brothers, and they like, it's their first time hosting the pay-per-view main event, you know. And to me, 50K, 75K is great to me because it's their first pay-per-view, you know, and it's coming from the zone. It's their first pay-per-view. But if it do 100K and better, it's a win-win, man. You know, but these brothers need to understand. You see how you got that 9 million? If you would have waited and just focused on the back end, you probably would have got 15 million. It's a difference. It's a difference when you deal with PBC, man. When you deal with Al Heyman, Tom Brown, and Sylvia in the back. When you deal with the PBC people, it's a difference. That back end money is nothing like it. Because you so used to the lump sum. You feel me? And then when you find out about the back end money, you learn like, oh, y'all niggas recouping. Y'all niggas ain't losing. Y'all niggas is not losing. Y'all recouping. Now y'all want to say I'm in the rear when I'm not, because they'll never want you to know about that back end. So a lot of you fighters understand the back end. Boots know about it. You got to remember, he come from Karen Duncan and them niggas. You know what I mean? They was over there Showtime, PBC, Espinosa. They was dealing with Al Heyman and all of them niggas. You know what I mean? So he know about the back end. That's why he eat right. Devin Haney, why he worry about the back end? That's why he eat right. Mayweather worry about the back end. Canelo worry about the back end. Bud Crawford tell you his biggest payday ever was the Earl Spence fight. He only got what, like 50 million for the Canelo fight, and that's a lump sum. Well, Al Heyman, he got a lump sum, and in the back end he made like 30-40 million dollars. He tell you, Bud came out his own mouth and said, he said, Al Heyman said, trust me, and when I seen it, I was nothing like it. And that's when you understand right there is, yeah, Al Heyman take care of his fighters. That's when you understand right there is like, because like, I'm going to keep it real. When I watch Top Rank saying Bud don't sell, I'm looking, I'm like, that nigga selling to me. Just look at the arena. When they said SHKUR ain't sell, you go to Newark, he's selling to me. What the fuck is y'all talking about? This shit filled to capacity. But the time he was fighting Archer, remember, he was up on his contract. So you know how certain people do. Like, remember, Andy Cruz just was up on his contract in this fight. So I'm going to get to that shit. But let me get to this, though. So word was that Top Rank was paying these people, Bob Arum's stepson was paying these people $100 to get up out their seat and leave the SHKUR fight. And that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a motherfucking fact. Yeah, Bob was all that, but he should have been a pay-per-view star, and y'all always lied to him. You feel me? Because in 2018, Bud should have went to PBC. You would have been a pay-per-view star. You would have got all the fights and fought everybody at the prime at that time. You feel me? I'm just keeping it tall, man. But instead, you went back. You signed back with Top Rank. They fucked your career up. You thinking you was going to fight Pacquiao, and they end up robbing Pacquiao. You had to fight Jeff Horn. They did him dirty again. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Y'all worry about a fucking Lomachenko. Lomachenko came and got his ass whipped by an old ass man named Salito from the fucking Speakeasy. Salito was back there in the Salito nephew is Navarrete. Them motherfuckers be in the Speakeasy drinking hard ass tequila with the worm in it. They drink the motherfucking worm and they go outside and them niggas slap box. They slap box. Them niggas slap, they slap so motherfucking hard. They put a dent in your face like they playing handball, nigga. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you like Zuffa Boxing, like Ring Magazine, all of them people come from Top Rank. When Top Rank was on H, that's where they all come from. We just missing Larry Merchant and Jim Lampley. But everybody, Max Kellerman, Andre Ward, Timothy Bradley, Tim's still there, but there's all Top Rank. It's all Top Rank game. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, keep it real. The only problem I have with fighters is y'all need to tell the truth. When people that don't know shit about boxing and they critiquing y'all and trying to tell you about your sport, check these motherfuckers, man. That's the reason I created these channels, because I'm watching shit that's really not. I'm like, yo, these people for real? Like, for instance, y'all, when I was a kid, growing up, we get into the gym. And this goes for all you trainers out there, because y'all know damn well these kids, soon they come in, they're not supposed to be hitting no motherfucking bag. They're not supposed to be doing no motherfucking pad work. They footwork and learning the rules. And once your footwork get right, then we get right. Then we get right. Know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they go straight to the bag. So these kids won't really learn nothing. And right now, you see it in the pros. These kids ain't even second half fighters. They gas out too fast. When you look at Dave Morrell, Kalen Plant, like, bro, y'all supposed to be elite fighters. It's 5,000 elite fighters in the world out of 10 billion people, right? That's ranked. That's ranked. You feel me? But you got different type in the elite. You got A, B, C, D. You got A, B, C, D. You got an A elite. It's the A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, C plus, C minus, D plus, D minus. Of elite fighters in the game. Out of 10 billion people, there's 5,000 that's ranked, and that's elite. A, B, C, D. And the point I'm getting to is, your conditioning means everything. Play basketball, open up your lungs. But when you playing basketball, you learning your pivot. You learning how to roll on a ball. You feel me? Because a lot of you kids, the first sport you want to play, you can't play boxing. You got to go in there and risk it all. You taking chances even when you sparring. In training camp, you taking chances. But at the end of the day, get your wind up. Because it's like this generation, they be gassed out. Like, soon 6 rounds. If it's a 12-round fight, by the 5th round, they gassed out. You're like, what the fuck going on here? But it's the trainer. It's the trainer. You got a teacher, you got a coach, and you got a trainer. A trainer just want the money. A teacher going to show you and teach, but he's supposed to discipline you too. You're not supposed to be a workaholic and work out. Listen, it's like, for instance, right? You got a fight coming up. You coming to the gym every day. No, nigga, rest your body. So you want to come to the gym every day? We're going to work out Monday. Tuesday, we're going to work legs or whatever, but I'm going to keep you out of here. But I'm going to put you on the mitts. So now I want you to do mitt work. So by you doing mitt work, what is you working on? Exactly. You working on your defense. Because you teaching him his offense when you want to mince as a fighter, so you can understand. And at the end of the day, you're watching the shoulder. It's like, a lot of people don't know, when you see fighters in the mirror going like this, you know what they looking at, right? They looking at right here. They looking at right here. This is what they looking at. So they pay attention, and you can tell what punches is going to be thrown. That's why, like, right now, in the 2000s, you start seeing people throwing their jabs like this. Remember, people used to go like, oh, wide shit. You know what I mean? But hey, to each his own, man. But y'all trainers, teach these kids well, man, because they going in there at a young age risking their motherfucking life, and they not conditioned at all. Yeah, they be on his ass, G. They be on his ass. But that's a true teacher that's going to be on your ass. Because you're going to end up doing a Ryan roll. The Ryan roll crazy. That Ryan roll crazy, man. That shit outrageous, But because I see it in a lot of, like, when I be going to these amateur fights with my son at the time, before I got on house arrest, I'm seeing it. And then I'm seeing it in the pros. I'm like, yo, how the fuck? It's a 4-round fight. How you gassed out? You got to learn. Because I tell my son this. I say, yo, let's say if it's a 3-round fight. Take the first round. Because if you feel, because at the end of the day, sparring and getting in a ring, because it's the same gym, but this time you're around people and the lights is different. It's brighter than when you in there sparring, because it's just you and the regular people. But once the atmosphere changed when more people come in the room, now you in there know the air different, everything is different. So the key thing is, like I told him, treat every fight like it's a sparring session so you can have tunnel vision. but you got to turn the fight into your fight. And what I mean by that is you take the first round, second round, you know, take off the first half of the second round. You feel me? Take off the first half, then the second half of the second round, you take it. And then the third round, you just take the whole third round. So now you just won 2.5 rounds out of a 3-round fight. But you gotta learn how to dictate the pace and have the fighter fight your style. Because when you watch a lot of amateur fights, they go in there, they be throwing all dumb wild shit. No, all you gotta do, back the fuck up. Soon you come in there with that dumb goofy shit, jab, jab, bam. You double up on your jab, boom, 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 boom. Always keep the uppercut. Why? Like a lot of times, like today, we're gonna see a bunch of these fighters throw a barrage of punches, and you ain't gonna see one uppercut. Then when you see the uppercut, the person already caught it. But when you always add the uppercut to your combination, always keep that as the 4. If you, I mean, if you do 1, 2, 3, I mean, you keep it as the 3 or 1, 2, or you do 1, 2, 3, 4. Know what I mean? You keep it as the 3, as the 4. The uppercut is gonna always, that shit gonna put a nigga down. I don't give a fuck if you don't know how to fight. Throw the uppercut, your life gonna be right. I promise you that. That nigga will be night. I promise you that. Round 1 is the most important round. You know? And I tell people that is, why are you going there trying to figure somebody out? That's what you had training camp for. That's what you had sparring for. Go in there and take the first round. Once you take the first round, you're going to dictate the pace. Because as soon as you go in there, he like, damn, he ain't come figure me out because he already know me. This is why I watch tape. I study you, nigga. You're going to do the same thing. Like, we already know how they forcing SHKUR to run. Timothy Bradley, all these people say, we don't care how SHKUR win the fight. He can win because the way he fought William Zepeda. No, William Zepeda was whooping his ass. Let's keep it real. William Zepeda forced SHKUR to fight his fight. Because SHKUR will tell you, I will never fight like that again. I still feel that punches to this day. So imagine Tank would have hit him. What the fuck you think Tio gonna do? You know? Can SHKUR put Tio down? Me personally, I believe SHKUR has power. But whatever Tank did to him in sparring to make him jump out that ring because his motor was loose, it's something different. And he never want to feel that pain again. You know, but I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be a good fight. I just hope it don't be no robbery, man. You got to start fast, G. You got to start fast. I tell my son that all the time. My son right here, he fight today. I tell him all the time, man. I tell him all the time. And he'll tell you. When I interview him, he'll tell you. Because when my son started, he was fighting like a 172, 183. He's going to break it down. Because I keep thinking it was 183. No, I'm going to always say 183 because it was 183. But my son won a bunch of titles. You know what I mean? He a champion. You know, I got some of his titles downstairs. And please give me 1 second, y'all. Matter of fact, we're going to take this walk. Y'all want to take this walk with me. We're going to take this walk. So I can show y'all. We're going to take this walk. You know, he's upstairs making music and shit. Well, yeah, you know, he put in the pain. He got the big belt. You know, I got it on my community. You know, this is one of the first titles he won right here. You know, and then after he won this one, you see this one, the Pennsylvania Golden Glove Eastern Champion of 2023. This is 2023 right here. Got these two of 2023. Then he got this one. When he got this Keystone Boxing first place, my boxing journey, he got this one. That's when he won the belt. He won the belt because he became champion 3 times, and then he got this one. Shout out to round 1. Shout out my guy round 1. Shout out Frontline. You know, this the 3rd champion he won. You know, and then when I got incarcerated in 2024, he had 2 fights. That's when he had popped his knee at his last fight. But his first fight during 2024, he got a stoppage. And then the second fight, he dropped the person. And then when the person got back up, he went back out and went to throw his punch. They said that, you know, his knee had popped out and shit. But you know, it is what it is. My baby boy back and he putting pain and pressure. You know, It is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is, though. But I'm happy for my child. You know, I'm happy for my son. You know, he came a long way, man. He came a long way. You know, he turned his dream to a reality. And I always told him that you turn a dream to a reality, son. I'm about to get back before I do these sit-ups. You turn a dream into a reality. His name Naeem De Jesus. His name Naeem De Jesus, G. Tonight fight, you know, I'll post it up by tomorrow. It's my boy, man. You know, he fought some big guys. I got some clips up on my channel. He fought some big guys, man. Luke was like Drago. Luke was down and shit down here. And my son beat Luke, man. I was proud of him. Because when you go in there, when you watch the Luke fight, like all the fights that I post, you're going to see he fighting taller guys, you know? And at that time, you know, my son was up, he was up to like 200 and something pounds, you know? So right now, he down close to like 147, 145. He like 145, 145, 144 right now. He's down to. And I'm proud of him, man. Discipline, man. Discipline, you know? But he's me, man. You know, you can't like my kids. You know, I can't tell them nothing because they me. You know, so I just look at them. I don't say nothing. I just let them be them. You know, when you need me, I'm here. You know, but certain things I see, I'm gonna tell you. You know, but one thing I always tell my son is, you know, you listen to your corner. And I teach him it's a team sport because that's the thing I want to get to people, right? Is when you in training camp, you there with a team. You got your coaches. When you walk down that aisle to get in that ring, you there with a team. When you go back to your corner, you getting instructions from a team. Boxing is a team sport. Yes, it's only you getting in that ring and fight. But at the end of the day, you got 2, 4, 6 plus yours. It's 8 set of eyes in that corner. Your eyes, bam. Then you got your coach, you got your assistant, and you got your cut man. And then you know the 10th eye and everybody else is your family and the other people that mess with you. But those are your eyes in the game. So boxing is a team sport. It's a team sport because it's you and your coach, man, your assistant coach and your cut man. Y'all walk into that ring. You feel me? I'm just saying though, man, it is a team sport. Promoter a part of it, but once y'all get in that ring and step in that ring, it's a team sport, man. You got to respect that and listen to your corner because the stuff that you don't see, your corner is seeing. Your corner is seeing. And sometimes one punch change the whole fight. And what I mean by that, it'll change your activity. And your activity is your game plan. You came in there with a game plan, and once you felt that motherfucker power, you like, oh, I gotta change this shit up. Know what I mean? But once you go in there like him, like a Canelo, like a Tank Davis, like a Jerron Boots Ennis, like a Terrence Bud Crawford, like a Bernard Hopkins, like a Floyd Mayweather, like a Ali, a Tyson, now man, Roberto Durant, Sugar Ray, Tommy Hearns, you love to get hit. You love to take a hit. You love to get hit. And once you fighting a person like that, that's what makes fighters like this dangerous because they love to get hit. You know, and I'm not saying that because that's my son. I watch him as a fighter. And the things I tell him is sometimes, son, because sometimes I watch him and I'm seeing what the coach wanting him to do. And I'm like, oh, he's doing good. But I understand what the coach wants. So I tell my son, do it. But I tell my son, too, is you got to let him know you got a deep tube bag. Because sometimes those instructions, when you listen to those instructions and it's not getting you by, you got to learn how to call an audible. When you in that motherfucker, you got to call audibles too. And I always teach my son, yo, fight southpaw too, man. Fight southpaw too. Because at the end of the day, when I was a young kid growing up, shout out to Pat, man. Rest in peace, Pat, man. He was on Rocky and etc. You know, shout out my guy. Yeah, you know your own blood. That's a fact, G. You know, shout out Earl from Champions Gym and shit. You know, when I was booked, these training too. But when we was a kid, you know, Pat man running around. You know, I had my uncles, my dad, my father, my mother, my uncles and shit. But you know, in the streets when they was in be around Pat man, used to train us. But at the end of the day, he always taught us, man. We always had footwork. When we was young kids, we played everything. Because we wanted to go outside. We played every fucking thing. You know what I mean? Growing up in the late 80s, early 90s, you played every sport. We didn't care about video. We had Sega, Nintendo. We didn't care. We wanted to go outside and play. And we played all day. All day. Never got tired all day. And I can still do that shit today. I can get up, go outside, play basketball. I can play 20 games of basketball. Then I can run 5 miles. Then I can come back. I spar, and won't get tired. And won't drink no water, no nothing. Still drinking the slobber that's in my mouth. Know what I mean? And that's well conditioned. And the reason I say that and state that because, and for y'all know what I'm about to say because y'all know y'all age and y'all know the kids that's y'all age ain't nothing like you got you well more conditioned than them. You feel me? It ain't no disrespect. Is that especially like the kids that play basketball and stuff, football that's in the sports and exercise, y'all know y'all more well conditioned than these certain fighters. Why? Because certain fighters, they just want to fight. That's why when you look at all of the fighters that's well conditioned, like a Bud, like a Boots, like a Tio with SHKUR, Canelo ride horses, so he's well conditioned. Riding horses is some dangerous shit. Going swimming is some real shit. Playing basketball, football, baseball, handball is real shit. You well conditioned. Your ligaments in your legs, how you turning on your pivot, how you need you're well conditioned. Because a lot of things just be a high sprain. But when you go to the doctors, they want to give you a surgery. Like my son, I believe his situation was a high sprain. But during that time, I was incarcerated. I caught a case. But when I end up beating the case and coming out, he was already about to go in for a surgery, had it lined up. So I couldn't stop him. But I should have. Like, son, that shit probably a high sprain. So, from the 2024, like the whole 2025, he'd been out of commission. He'd been healed, but he'd been healed. And if I was there at the time, I would have told him, you ain't getting no surgery. It's just a high sprain. This is what we're going to do. We're going to grab some cabbage, some olive oil, some aloe vera oil, and this is what we're going to do. It had him up and running. But to each his own, man. But my boy back, he been strong, been working on that motherfucker, and he's strong as shit. And he became more dangerous. And everything that I told him, he's putting niggas down, man. From the weight that he was, remember, he ain't move up. He's coming down to his original weight. And that power is there. But it's hurting the people that's in his weight class. And I told him. And that's one thing I tell my son. I tell him from the first round, I said, punch them arms. I need you to hit them shoulders, them arms, them elbows. Even when he like this, I want your mindset to be punch his elbow into his kidney and liver. I want you to punch that shit in there. You feel me? Oh, he going there, punch that shit in there. Hit them body shots, punch him in there. And another thing, hit the shoulders. I want you to hit all that. I want all that. I want all that. Give them hell. Give them all that. Pain, pressure, man. Only if you knew, man. Only if you knew, man. But it's certain tricks and trades. When Tio was mentioning dirty shots, those are the type of dirty shots he was mentioning. Because they're not dirty shots, they legal. You feel me? It's like, and I even tell my sons, like, or let's say a person trying to throw a hook or throw a check hook or a gazelle hook. All you got to do is just lean in that shit. Oh, you want to throw that hook? I'm going to lean into that hook. I'm going to fuck your shoulder up. Lean into it. Bang. Come right back. Counter just like that. Going to put him down. Why? Because he's going to throw that hook. By you forcing your body into that hook, it's going to take his arm out of place. Because you know how he's coming. So now you're leaning with it. So while you leaning with it, boom, that's he going to do. And that whole thing open. Now you come. Boom. Counter going to be nasty, superb. But you got to have the mindset for that shit. Because you watch certain people use 52 blocks don't really know how to use it. Kung Fu was everyday life, boxing, everything. Like Boots. I seen Boots. I seen Bud. I seen Frank Martin. I seen Tank. Scooter Davis. Abdullah Mason. I can't say Shakur at 126, yes, but right now, nah, like 52 blocks. Zaquin Moses, you see it on Zaquin. They other cousin, you see it on him. Shakur got it, but you won't see it too much because you just to see the kickboxing of instead of because it's a cross, it's two lines. I call it two lines. You got the straight line, and you got your longitude and your latitude. You know what I mean? Your longitude, your latitude. It's a cross. This line right here, Shakur not. You feel me? Something I call it back and forth, or doing the U is like having a marker. You going back and forth sideways. Are you doing the U? You ducking, you rolling. Are you doing the triangle? You feel me? No diddy what I'm doing, but it's like you having a marker on your head. You feel me? Shakur don't do none of this. He just straightforward. Him and Bill was straightforward. So it's instead of getting your head out the way, rolling and shit, catching and shooting, know what I mean? He'll come in, then he'll jump out of range. Amateurish. Boom, 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 boom. So Bibble would do it. Bibble would throw a jab, then he'll jump out of range, hit you with this. So it's boom, 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 boom. They jump way out of range. You feel me? So every time a person coming forward, but the person that's coming forward, he always throwing one jab, so they're going to keep jumping out of range. But once you double up and triple up on your punch outs, boom, boom, bam. This one is going to jump him back. But when you throw the second one, it might hit him, but this one is definitely going to land. And when this one lands, he's on his back foot. 9 times out of 10, what happened if the rope's not there? He's going to touch that back pockets all day. 1995, we selling ass bags. 1995, we selling ass bags all day. But to each his own, man. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, popped up on me. I appreciate it. It's all love. Yesterday I gave you my fight predictions. Today I'm gonna give it to you right now. Bakram, Josh Kelly. Hopefully, Josh Kelly get to pull it off. Boxing wins. I'm not a fan of nobody. Boxing wins. If Bakram win, he win. If Josh Kelly win, excuse me, he won. Josh Kelly was an Olympian. Hopefully, he get to become a champion. But Bakram is not the boogeyman. Boxing wins in that fight. Xander, Xander and Bosch. I got Xander with the knockout. If it goes to the distance, I got Xander. Being the new unified champ. Shakur and them card. Adamas is off, so that fight is off. So hopefully Am will get to pull this victory off. But Shushu and Carlos Castro was going to be a great fight. I like Shushu a lot. I've been a Shushu fan, a Shu York for a while. Hopefully Shushu get to pull it off. But if it goes the distance, Shushu, Carlos, you got to get a knockout. Why? Because you already know he's the ring ambassador. So that's what I'm saying. It's a bunch of ring ambassadors. Teofimo Lopez is a ring champion, and he's not even ring ambassador. It's fucking crazy, right? Shakur's a ring ambassador, but not come on, not a ring champion. Come on, okay then. But Jermaine Ortiz, Keyshawn Davis. Hopefully the fans win. Was who's starting the card? It's gonna be a great fight. But shit, the prelims was yesterday. Bill Haney and Team Haney, Tiger Johnson started the prelims. Everything gotta be better than the prelims. Main event, TO by KO, TKO KO. If it goes to decision and T.O. ain't scoring no knockdowns, it's going to be a robbery. T.O., you got to win in the decision, you got to do what you did to Loma and Josh Kelly. You got to put on that type of performance. This Shakur got to touch the canvas, and you got to beat him like if it goes to distance because they're going to rob you. But TOKO, man, we listen. The whole 2026 been robberies. Been a bunch of fucking robberies. Caballero, from Jadier Herede to Cabell and Nickba. The Matthias Dalton Smith it was a pre-stoppage, it was an early stoppage. Going into the Raymond Mutai and all those fights, Jesse Hart, bunch of robberies. It's been a bunch of robberies, man. The only good fight we had in the month of January was Amanda Serrano fight in Tellez. Amanda Serrano and Tellez was the only fair fight we got. Like, the right person won. There was no robbery. But after that week, from the 10th on up, been all robberies. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see how the end of this month plays out. Then, tomorrow, Zuffa starts February with the Rayo and Diego Torres. It's crazy how Jalil Hackett is the main event of a prelim when he should be a heavy favorite, and be on the main card. But at the end of the day, to each his own. I'll be here tomorrow with episode 48. Thanks for everybody that tuned in today and show love. I appreciate it. You know how I do. I go back on everybody that pulled up on me. Shout out my co-host Santos Boxing. My broski. Shout out Frontline. You already know. I told y'all when Lowe's Boxing come on here and give you the low news. Frontline and Lowe come in here and give us the breaking news. Lowe came in and gave you the breaking news on the situation, what was going on in the Madison Square Garden. He was there personally. Told you Tiger Peoples was beating up Bill Haney. They got to him. But I want to give shout out to everybody that tuned in today. Shout out to Mate One Three. Shout out to Juan Vargas. Shout out We Game All Night. Shout out Robert Love 9737. Shout out Ice Agent. Shout out Gary. Shout out G. I'm gonna call you G2 G2C. Shout out G Gary. Shout out Pooh the Kid TV. Shout out Bray. And shout out Bray 4494. Shout out Rick Sanders. You know what I mean? Shout out everybody that tuned in today. Shout out to Junior IV 1000. Shout out Junior IV 1000. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, man. Shout out to everybody tuned in, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love. Hit that like button, that subscribe button. But I always cook, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, G. I appreciate it. One thing about me, this is not a biased channel. Me and my co-host, we not biased here. Shout out Round One, Edwin, my guy Frontline. Shout out Frontline. One thing about us, we not a biased channel. Me and my co-host Santos Boxing, we not a biased channel. We love the sport of boxing. We love every fighter. I don't talk bad about fighters. I just tell you the truth about the career of a fighter. What was going on at the time, because a lot of people remember what happened at the time, what was going on back then. They just remember. Then when they look at a box record, they be like, yeah, he fought that guy, but they don't remember what was happening at the time. Like the Keyshawn and Andy Cruz situation. A lot of people don't know Keyshawn was a pro fighter. He turned pro already. He been on 3 major cards. A lot of people don't know that. He been on 3 major cards. A Canelo undercard, a pay-per-view, a Golden Boy card, and another Matchroom pay-per-view card. He tell you out of his own mouth on his last interviews. Yeah, I turned pro. I was on this. Then, I got word that I can go back in 2020. I can go back and fight in the Olympics. So when I went back, I ended up fighting Andy Cruz. And he was an amateur and I was a pro when he beat me. This is a fact. You can go on his box record and look it up. It's a fact. But a lot of people ain't know that, so that's why I come in here and I bring, to tell people the truth, what goes on. Tell people the truth, like Janibit, his bead testing was what, January 8th, then it ended up January 16th. Shit, it's January 31st. What's up with the bead testing? Okay. I'm just saying, though, it is. Hey, shout out my broski, Herb Legend. What up, man? Damn. Yeah, It can happen like that. I got Tio for the KO, man. That's the only way he got to pull it off. He got to do some amazing shit tonight, you know. But Keyshawn can do it. You know, I hope he get the win. You know, I like Keyshawn as a fighter, but you know, when Richard Hitchens, when Richardson exposed that situation of him getting dropped, I just started thinking Jermaine, like, damn, because I know Jermaine is a chameleon. You know, he can mimic SHKUR. And my son told me that shit a year and a half ago. He said, Dad, you you know SHKUR put he said, you know SHKUR put Keyshawn to sleep, right? Because I was praising Keyshawn, you know. Then when he told me that shit, I started to look at Keyshawn a little different. I just started to look at his fighters like, damn, he fighting all small ass fighters. That's why he getting the knockout. I'm just telling the truth, you know what I mean? And then when he got into that argument with with Hitchens and shit, and Hitchens said, nah, nigga, you got clipped, you got dropped, nigga. And no word was SHKUR. That's why I just started thinking of Jermaine, like, yo, Jermaine sneaky as shit. Jermaine he a chameleon. He can fight like SHKUR. You know, he can box like that, fight like he can mimic the whole style. That nigga's a sneaky fighter. But he got pop. He can punch. And I just started thinking about that, like, damn, man, I hope he don't put my young boy down. You know what I mean? Because I like Keyshawn. I like Keyshawn as a fighter, you know. Out of that whole camp, Keyshawn got the dog in it. You know what I mean? Because he liked the exchange. He liked to get hit. He don't mind getting hit. That's what make him dangerous. You feel me? But when Hit said that, it made me look at the Ortiz fight a little different. Like, oh, no, this shit, like, because I had it a 60-40. But now I'm like, nah, that shit is a true 50-50. That's a 50-50 fight. But hey, I hope so, man. You know, I got Tio for the win, man. I got Tio for the win. But if it goes the distance, they're going to rob him, bro. You know, just by all the gimmicks that's going on between him, his father, how they treating him, how Rick Renee talking, how even Max, what's the nigga, Michael Buffer called Tio the challenger. Like, come on, man. And then he laughing at the situation. And you see how he fucked SHKUR whole situation up, coughing and shit. Named him 2 times. Like, come on, bro. See, people keep talking. Yeah, SHKUR is a 3-time. Well, Teofimo was a 2-time undisputed champ. He had 2 divisional champ too. He 2-time Ring Magazine champ. So that's better than anything SHKUR did. I'm just saying though. Yeah, Bomac ain't training him. Yeah, Jermaine only got 2 losses to 2. What? Tio and motherfucking Lomachenko. You know? And they prime. And a lot of people thought he beat Tio. A lot of people thought he beat Lomachenko. You know? And that's the problem though. You heard G, you know, Bomac, this is what I feel, right? We seen this story before with the Davis. We seen it with Gervonta Davis. You remember he come in the game with Calvin Ford. Then Mayweather made him trade his Mayweather made Tank switch up his coach. And then remember he didn't get the knockout. He ended up going the distance. And then he ended up calling Calvin and them back. Calvin and Kitty came back and then he got the knockout. Remember? He knocked Pedraza out and shit. Whatever, something like that. It was during one of those times. But we seen this story before. So Keyshawn, the people that got him there, you know, Keyshawn is going to be that. You know, just hopefully will Bomac help add. I hope he can keep that. Because Bomac, the one that got him knocked. Man, he was already knocking shit out, but Bomac was the one that got him sitting in the pocket, decking shit. You know? Because that's why Top Rank made him change. He came in the game with the people he had now. When he went to the amateurs, remember he lost. When he went back to the Olympics and lost to an amateur as a pro, they made him switch up and go Bomac. They made him switch up and go Bomac. I don't know why I keep looking over here and y'all the fuck over here. I mean, my apologies. You know? But it's going to be a good fight today, man. This shit about to be lit. You know, I'm about to charge up, get ready for the Bachram fight. You know, hopefully the prelims be on because, you know, the prelims about to start. So, you know, I'm about to be up on out of here. I'm going to give y'all like another 6 more minutes and I'm up on out of here. Go catch this box situation. Then, hopefully, you know, catch some. No, it's gonna be bouncing back and forth between the Xander and Tio on them card, you know. But you know, it's gonna be a bunch of prelims in Puerto Rico. So now we already got the best prelim. The best prelim was yesterday. Bill Haney, Tiger Johnson was the best prelim. That shit was yesterday. You know, all pain, pressure. You know, damn, dog, damn. You know, it's all how Tiger Johnson is going to take this whole situation. Yeah, facts, Herb. I'ma holler at you, my broski. Listen, tonight we on, man. We gotta, you know what I mean? The shit here, baby, is here, man. It's here. It's fight night, man. It's too much to cover. Today lit, even though yesterday was lit. You know, Bill and Tiger and Team Haney and Tiger set it off. The best prelim this year. It's the fucking best prelim. Team Haney versus Tiger Johnson, the best prelim. You know, that shit about is crazy. He started it off. Pro box, you know, touched it up. Shout out to Roach Senior. Shout out to No Excuse Potion. Y'all had a fire card yesterday, man. And that shit was sold out. That shit was sold out. Shout out to Pro Box. Y'all had a fire card last night and it was sold out. We got 3 cards. It's really 4 cards today. You know, it's really 5, but you know, to me it's 4. You know, my son on, you feel me, gonna pull this victory off today. Bam. You know, you got the ring card, you got the Xander Zayas, Abbas Baru card, you got the Josh Kelly card, and it's another card that's out there. But you know, the 4 cards that I know my son on today. Let's get it. USA Boxing, get it. Now gonna bring it home today. The honor snatcher, baby. It's dog season. Gonna bring it home today. Then tomorrow, you know, you got Zuffa, you got Rayo, Diego Torres, Boachuk, you got Hot Rod and Alexander fighting, which is a good fight. You know, Alexander was the Olympian that fought David Benavidez, and we know Hot Rod. Remember, they was on the same card when he fought Dave Morrell. That's gonna be a good fight. Then you know, for their prelims, for Zuffa Boxer prelims, you got Jalil Hackett co-main event, which is crazy. You know, Jalil Hackett should be on the main card. You know, somebody need to pick this kid up, man. Real rat. But boxing cool. You know, we cool right now. You know, we lit right now, and it is what it is. I'm up on out of here. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for everybody that pulled up. Hey, Herb, good looking, my nigga. Thanks for pulling up. Hey, G, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm about to go back up through the motherfucking comments. You know, shout out my guy Herb Legend, G, JR, IV, 1000, Bray, Kerrick Sanders, Pooh the Kid TV, We Game All Night, Santos Boxing, Ice Agent, Robert Love, Louis 13, Juan Vargas, you know, Santos Boxing. You feel me? It's all facts, no opinions, baby. You know, we don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce, everything sauce, and I'm up on out of here. Thanks, everybody. You know, be back tomorrow, episode 48. We're going to talk about everything that happened today. No, we the best in the game. I ain't biased. I'm not biased at all, man. I'm not biased at all. You know, we just come on here and tell the truth. You feel me? It's all facts, not one opinion. You hear, Ski? We out. Dollar.